So yeah, my good people, welcome to market breakdown session with me. But before we start with today's video, I just want to introduce you guys to the Red Print year-end special, right? So since January till possibly today, man, I've mentored a lot of individuals. There's been a quite huge amount of change in my trading room. So I've decided that okay, so how about I give you some of you guys the opportunity to actually do what hop on so that you won't actually get to struggle in 2026, right? And it's nothing hectic, man. It's just $35 program, which is the Red Print Trading Room, where you get a 1 year membership. We do live trading sessions. We do exclusive. Do have a exclusive trading room together. You get a Red Print trading course, 2 to 5 trades per day. Now we are currently focusing more on gold rather than indices, and then you also get your market breakdown sessions, man. So this is a group where I share my trading ideas, a group where you actually get access to my trading analysis, my market breakdown sessions, and you get access to the trading mentorship also. Why? Because of I don't want you to actually make money only through me, but you can also make money through what? Um your self trading, right? Which means that okay, you're gonna get the mentorship for you to learn, right? Then this only has like 4 seats remaining. So if you're an individual that want to make money while they learn at the same time, this is the right program for you. But if you are more of like an individual that want a one-on-one coaching with me, listen, this is exclusive for you, right? This was built to help traders break barriers, elevate their trading journey, and also learn how to scale their trading um journey, right? This is a red print progressive trading solution, right? Where you get your live trading sessions, which means you get all the benefits from the $35 program, and then you also get what access to our Discord trading group, and then you also get access to a one-on-one mentorship program with me, which means you can book a session with me and then we actually get to work together. And this is only gonna cost you as little as $65, man. This is where we break down things like your trading plan, your trading journal, self-evaluation process. We build a scaling plan for you. We then build a trading solution for you. Those are the things that are very essential that can help you actually learn how to actually make money in the foreign exchange market and actually allow you as an individual to do what? To obtain all the results that you are actually looking for. But without wasting any of your time, and make sure that you click the link below. And yeah, thank you. And let's disembark with today's session. So yeah, my good people, welcome to a market breakdown video with me. It's been a while actually since I've dropped these videos. And the reason behind this thing is I was doing a shift in my trading system, right? And with this shift occurring, I couldn't actually record any video or even share any of the information that I've accumulated, right? Which is something that I wouldn't do also. But for this video, the main objective is just to help you guys see what gold has been doing and the ways that I've been approaching it also, right? So starting from a 2 day time frame, we can see that okay, gold has been quite bullish for quite a while now. And another thing that is very important is with this impulsive movement, we created the first push, then the second push, making this low here, our temporary low, and then what I did was I used this area here, the support and resistance, the break and retest as my key level, right? So the closing and the opening of the next candlestick as my point of interest. And then I was looking for buying opportunities within this level. Even if you scale down to possibly a, what do you call this thing, to a 1 day time frame, you can see that okay, this whole zone here, it acts as a support level, right? It acts as a support level where price has the higher chance of bouncing off it and giving us that impulsive movement to the upside. So now, with this being said, I think one thing that I'd want us to do is to do a bit of a bar replay, man. Is it okay? Let's not do a bar replay. Let's just do a normal breakdown. So with price tapping into this key area here, then our next target for price is to eliminate this key level here. So this temporary high here needs to be eliminated, meaning that whoever has to buy somewhere around this zone here, looking for buying opportunities at this level here, using the body of this area here as a stop loss, targeting this level here. Their take profit is definitely going to be this key area. But one thing that I want you to pay attention to is gold won't just buy effectively. It's going to create the internal impulsive and correctional structures until it eliminates the major swing high. So since your price is targeting this area, your main objective now is to start looking for those buying opportunities on these lows here using any form of rejection pattern. It can be a CRT, it can be an inverse head and shoulder, a wedge, whatever concept that you're using. If you're using order blocks, you know that, okay, you can easily come look for order blocks on your left hand side. If you're using support and resistance, you can look for a support level as a key area and then look for a trend line breakout to impulse with price to the upside, right? But then you need to be wise with your entry points, because of some entry points are gonna be worth holding, and then some entry points are gonna be just a quick intraday setup, right? So if we scale down to possibly a 4 hour time frame, if we scale down to a 4 hour time frame, we can see that, okay, price tapped into our zone and then we started getting that impulsive movement to the upside. So now the first thing that I do is for those also that are trading your smart money concept, right? You'd know that every single time price shifts from a correctional structure to an impulsive structure, the first thing that you want to do is possibly what that you want to see, it's a high break, right? So the first thing that you want to see price do is giving you a high break. So this is the first high break that we get to see on price, right? That high break gives us what? The chance to look for what? For either a change of character or a shift of market structure, right? So if we are anticipating such type of movement, I think the best thing that you can do also is to scale down to a smaller time frame and then see what price is going to be doing also, right? So this is going to be the high that was eliminated, the low that was eliminated, and then making this low here now a major strong low, right? Meaning that, okay, this would be a break of structure here, this would be a change of character, and then you're going to be looking for that push to the downside, and then that impulsive movement coming afterwards. As you guys can see that, okay, price does what? It impulses beautifully so to the downside, right? So with price impulsing beautifully so to the downside, we get to the downside, and this low here, right? This low here turns out to become what? A low that we want to see price eliminate. As you guys can see that, okay, price eliminates the low, does it? Right, let's just see if there's a double bottom or there's a real elimination. So it's just gonna do a little bit of zooming here. Let's straighten this line here. And then let's find out if the zone was taken. Right, which is what, yes, you can see that, okay, the zone was taken here, right? The zone was eliminated. So since all the zone was then eliminated, this means that, okay, we can start doing what? We can start looking for buying opportunities within the market, right? We can start looking for buying opportunities within the markets to impulse with price. Like I said, one of the best things that you guys can do as individuals, right, is to start looking for your rejection patterns. Right, you can start basically looking for what? For your rejection patterns, because of we are shifting from an impulsive structure to a correctional structure, and then we are looking forward to impulsing to the upside to coming and eliminating the zone. But one thing that I want you to also pay attention to is when we push to the upside, our first main target would be this zone here. But pay attention to the fact that, okay, we will also be creating the internal impulsive and correctional structures to push price up to possibly this zone here, so that we can keep on eliminating the highs as the rules of an uptrend have stated, right? As you guys can see that, okay, price keeps on doing what? Creating what I'm telling you guys here. You can see that, okay, price keeps on creating the same thing, right? We have what? An impulse correction, impulse correction, impulse correction, impulsive structure, right? We break a major high, anticipating a major push to the downside, and then a major impulsive structure to the upside afterwards. So for the SMC guys, you know that, okay, this area here, it's called what? A break-off structure. So when price gives us this break-off structure, this means that, okay, we're expecting what? A major internal retracement, right? We're anticipating a major internal retracement to the downside. With price giving us this major internal retracement to the upside, what does this mean? What comes at the back of your head? You must come and look for a key level, right? You can use this area here as a what? As a V pattern for your support and resistance, right? And then as you guys can see that, okay, I'm not sure if price taps into this zone, right? But on a bigger time frame, possibly a 1 hour area, right? On a 1 hour area. So this is where the V would be. Let's check 2 hours. Because I'm gonna look for the nearest zone, right? So this is where the 30 minutes one would be. And then let's just scale down to a 20 minutes also. Let's just look at the smaller time frames first before you rush up to a bigger time frame, right? And then I think 50 minutes. Let's check what 50 minutes has for us. Doesn't have anything. And then we're gonna go for, I think the last one has to be, have I used 70 minutes? Yeah, I think I've used 70 minutes before. So this is the 70 minutes time frame, you see? So with the 70 minutes time frame, you can see that, okay, this is the area that we were most likely to want to see price reject from, right? So with price tapping into the zone here, we know that, okay, we have the higher chance of doing what? Shifting the structure of price from a correctional structure to an impulsive structure. But we know that since, well, this would be the internal, right? Impulsive structure, we are also going to anticipate the I don't know what you should call them, the sub-internal impulsive structures, right? Meaning that price will impulse correct, impulse correct, impulse correct, impulse correct, impulse correct, until it eventually does what? Until it eventually eliminates that high there. As you guys can see that, okay, what do we see? Those internal impulsive structures, right? That price keeps on creating before it does what? Before it eventually breaks the major, before it eventually breaks the major high here, which is the zone here that we are looking for, right? So this means that, okay, like I said, your main objective now is to start looking for buying opportunities within the zones here using any form of patterns, man. A break of structure or a change of character, using a shift of market structure, using any form of pattern, man, that you can use to actually do what? Come and eliminate your major swing high here, right? And like I said, the tricky thing about this is some zones are not real zones, but some zones are real zones. So you have to then go do your research on which zones are you supposed to be investing your time on, right? The same thing with this one here. So once price reaches this zone here, we are most likely to see what? We are most likely to see price doing what? Giving us what do you call this thing? A possible retracement back to the downside before it impasses to the upside, right? So even price will keep on creating the same thing, takes the zone out, see a major retracement, and then we are most likely to do what? We are most likely to see a major internal retracement because of you breaking a major high and then a major pullback afterwards, right? So let's see what price does, right? Let's see what price does. Price keeps on impulsing to the upside. And then what do? We eventually eliminate the major high. Now, what I did after that was I used this resistant level here. I used this resistant level here on a 1 hour time frame. I used not, yeah, it is a resistant. I used this resistant area here as my key area. Then I started looking for selling opportunities to shift the structure of price from an impulsive structure to a correctional structure. Then I was going to anticipate what long opportunities afterwards. So for you to do this thing, like I said, you just look for your key level and then you do what? You look for your rejection pattern here, right? Which is, I don't want to say it's something difficult, something that is quite basic, man. Like I said, some of you guys that are trading SMC, you'd know that, okay, break of structure, change of character, you can start looking for those selling opportunities to the downside, right? It's nothing really complicated, but what really matters here is the retracement that occurs. You see how deep this retracement is. And then price does what? Pushes down to this point of interest here. I think it was a 4 hour demand area. We tap into a 4 hour demand area, as you guys can see here. If we tap into this 4 hour demand area, this means that, okay, what happens afterwards? We're going to start looking for those impulsive movements now. So you're going to start looking for those long opportunities from this zone here, using this level here as our stop loss. Our first main target would be this zone here, and then our second main target would have to be that level there. But then do not forget that, okay, as much as we see price impulse into the upside, we're going to get those internal impulsive and correctional structures until we actually eliminate this thing, right? So what is it that happens afterwards? Price impulses. You can see what I'm telling you already, that we get those internal correctional and impulsive structures that are occurring on price, right? And then from there, we ended up hitting our first target, which is this one here. And then our second target, like I said, it has to be the second zone resting above there. So what is it that we can most likely anticipate within the markets? We just anticipated what? A major high break, right? A major high break, which is a break of structure. The majority of the time, we anticipate that, okay, price will push back to the downside, tap into our point of interest, and then we are most likely to see that impulsive movement to the upside. And then what you can do as an individual now is you can start looking for a possible shift in price structure to drive the value of price back down to this point of interest here and then impulse. Guys, we don't use the same point of interest. We don't use the same price structure, possibly yourself and I. So I'm using this zone here as the main zone because of this is what everyone commonly knows as what? As an area where everyone should look for their buying opportunities from. Because technically, if you check with your what do you call this thing? Your support and your Fibonacci. Let's use the normal Fib. This is below the 50%, which is the equilibrium, and it's at the discounted, which means that, okay, most of you guys are obliged to actually do what? Look for that point of interest resting somewhere around the zone here. You're more than welcome to look for this point of interest here. Use this zone here. So yeah, my good people, before this video comes to an end, just a little bit of a reminder that the programs are still available at 65 US dollar, 3 seats remaining. Hop on. This is a game changer, right? You actually get to learn about psychology, risk management, scaling, trading skill, building a trading solution for yourself, right? Comes with a whole lot of exclusive programs also inside. Being able to self-evaluate yourself, analyze your trading performance, having classes with me where I actually get to organize your trading journey and tell you how to do this thing, when to do it, where to do it, and it's more of an intimate space between yourself and I where we design a solution for the problem that I currently faced with. But if this is not for you, like I said, exclusive program also for you here. Trading room, individuals clocking proper capital here. So far our average RR, we are on like plus minus 220 R by now. If you've been in my free groups, you'd know that we are up 220 R. Proven actually on a previous YouTube video that I dropped also. So yeah, this is only exclusive for the guys that want to make money without even learning. But we also offer you a great course, right? That can also help you to organize your trading journey and with specialized information, man, and organized information without wasting any of your time. Let's get back into today's video. But don't forget the link is resting there below. Join the winning team and become a winner as your point of interest so that you can start looking for those buying opportunities within the markets, right? For some of us, we are just looking for a possible internal retracement, man, and then a push to the upside to come and eliminate the zones here. Like I said, I can't give you guys information regarding what is it that I'm doing exactly, but this is what I'm looking for to see price to retracing back to the downside. It's a bit deep. It is possible, but it's a bit deep, right? I think personally, I'm gonna be asking more from price, right? Just come and take this temporary low out and then start giving me those impulsive movements to come and eliminate the zone. Do you know one thing I like is my A setup models are mostly going to come once the drop happens. Once the drop happens, I'm gonna start looking for my opportunities possibly on this lows here, right? Until I eventually do what eliminate this key level here, right? So guys, personally from my side, gold is still bullish. We're still anticipating those long opportunities, but um also, like I said, the drop might happen. We might see a drop, right? The drop might be something that will happen. We'll just see with price, if possible, what you can do as an individual just to show, to confirm that the drop will happen. So let's just remove this line for now and use a normal trend line. And then highlight the zone here as our breakout structure. And then zoom more in into the zone here, scale down to a smaller time frame. Oh, and then from there, what is it that we can see? We can see that, okay, there was a change of character here, right? There was a, no, not like this. There was a break of structure here, a change of character. And then from there, we anticipate what? A high break, right? We see a high break and then price pushes beautifully so to the downside to do what? To eliminate this low here, right? Price pushes beautifully so to the downside to come and eliminate this low. And then what is it that we can see so far? We can see that, okay, price then did what? Reacted of this level here. There's a name for this level, which unfortunately I can't share. It reacted off, let's call this thing a support. It reacted off the support area here, meaning that, okay, we are most likely to see price do what? Giving us that internal impulsive movement to possibly eliminate this high here. So I'm still looking for that, for this high elimination here. We get this high elimination. This means that, okay, we take a high out and then we are most likely to push to the downside afterwards. So for gold, we are looking for those bearish movement to possibly a little bit down, somewhere around this zone here, right? But I don't like selling highs, right? I rather buy the low than sell this high because of it's more tricky for you to know when will this area actually get to hold and when will this area not to actually get to hold, right? But from my side, this is what I'm anticipating on gold. And yeah, wishing you guys nothing but a profitable trading journey. And goodbye.